You're listening to WBCR 90.3 FM Beloit. Welcome back to Beloit Circus Jams, hosted by yours truly, Julianna. And on this week of My Friends and Their Chaotic Music Taste, we have a newcomer, our good friend Rue.
What's up?
Would you like to tell us what you've got for us this week?
I have songs for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They're not Christmas songs, they're songs for Christmas. They got nothing to do with Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But they're songs for Christmas.
I'm very excited for this week because we went through the set list about 6 days ago, and I was wondering then, how do these relate to Christmas? And so now I get to actually ask you, so I'm very excited. All right, the first song you have up for us is Neon Glow by Glass Beach. Anything you'd like to say, or would you just like to get into it?
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, all right. That was Neon Glow by Glass Beach. Rue, take it away.
That's like the most musically Christmassy one on here.
Interesting.
In my opinion. I'm thinking there's bells in the second half. It's got some Christmassy chord progressions. So I think the second half really kind of feels like a wordless, like Christmas carol.
Yeah.
The first half is like Spaceship in Your Backyard, like Adam Project or something, or if you read like Ray Bradbury.
Sure.
But I used to have like a big like 3 foot tall like space book with Hubble pictures in it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I would read it like on Christmas Eve until it like vanished, I think, into my grandpa's house somewhere. And like anything that goes in my grandpa's house, gone forever. But yeah, so that was like kind of a Christmas experience for me. I would just like look at nebulas and stuff.
Yeah.
And that song reminds me of it.
That's so fun. I like the personal aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also said the instrumentation also feels more like a carol towards the end?
Yeah, and like the second half.
Yeah. What about it?
I don't know. I haven't like analyzed the song too closely,
Sure,
but like
sure.
the bells kind of feel like it. It feels like chiming bells.
Yeah.
And like it's ethereal and like happy, but kind of like choral, even though it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat. All right. And what made you want to do a Christmas songs that aren't really about Christmas week here on WBCR?
Well, I just like I listened to that song and then I was like, wow, the second half is like really Christmassy. And then I was like, wait, what are the songs that are Christmassy but aren't Christmas songs? Because that's kind of a cool vibe.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was like a good theme. I wasn't thinking of any other good themes because the rest of them were just like, oh yeah, this is a bunch of like random stuff.
These are songs I like.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to. So I thought it was fun, and I feel like Christmas songs get a bad rap. So maybe you want something else to listen to on Christmas time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's part of the rationale behind why I don't listen to Christmas songs before Thanksgiving is because they get overplayed. I do love them, but if I'm hearing the same thing for over a month, I get a little crazy. So I do appreciate the set list you brought. And I know there's some hesitation with bringing some Christmas songs before Thanksgiving, but I think we've got a fun list. All right, so the next song you have up for us, let me get to it, is The Last Night on Earth by Green Day. So let's give it a listen. If I fix my audio. There we go.
Text a postcard sent to you. Did it go through? Sending all my love to you.
that was Last Night on Earth by Green Day. Rue, take it away.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the Christmas songs are like nostalgic. I feel like fall is the nostalgia month, but for me, a lot of like Christmas is sometimes more nostalgic, especially like Christmas songs are nostalgic.
Yeah.
As long as I haven't heard them in a while, you know.
Right.
But and like this came out in 2009. This album was on loop everywhere. And back then I was living with my cousins in Seattle, and we had this like big blue house with a cool backyard that had a tree in it, and then like next to the tree was like a pile of rocks.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it was good. It was like on a slight incline. It was really good. And I remember one, like, it was near Christmas. It wasn't Christmas. It was like 3 days before, I think. It was like 9 or 10 p.m. It was so it was dark out. And my cousins and I were playing under the tree. And my parents had set up like some lights coming down from the tree that were like little balls, you know. I like those kind of Christmas lights. As long as they're
so
like they used correctly, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like always go for the like pointed ones on the Christmas trees, but like the balls, solid, you know. So and that was like a really cool vibe. Like it's this nice deciduous tree. I don't remember what kind it is, but it's got like a wide wingspan as far as like its branches spread out. And so we were just kind of chilling under the tree. It's a really good vibe. It was like snowing lightly. So that just felt really Christmassy.
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of sounds like a Christmas song, just in the kind of like, feels like it's talking about a wide range of times. Like it's not fixed in the present or at a specific point in time. It's like feels like every year, you know.
Yeah, which is a fun fact about like those Christmas songs that we listen to all the time is that they do feel timeless, which is a really cool thing about Christmas songs that I don't think a lot of other songs do very well. But Allison over there on the couch also mentioned that this song kind of reminds her of the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas song, which is called what again?
I don't know what time it is, but Christmas time is here.
I don't know what time it is, but Christmas time is here. Thank you, Allison on the couch. But yeah, that was a fun one. But the second this song started, I remarked to Rue how similar the singer of Green Day sounds to Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. And I usually can ignore it, but this song was particularly bad. I don't know what it was about it. It's a good song, and I did really like listening to it, but it's just one of those odd little things that I have to like push away in my brain.
Yeah. Now none of your listeners will ever be able to forget it.
Exactly. Love you guys out there. All right. The next song you have up for us is Waves by Electric Guest.
Cool.
Let's give it a listen.
Forgot
That was Waves by Electric Guest. Rue, take it away.
I mean, for the most part, like, for me, Christmas is so really chill. Or at least, like, the time around Christmas is really chill, and that's kind of what I remember well.
Yeah.
Because, you know, every Christmas is, like, Christmas Day is pretty similar.
Yeah.
But the season is always really different, especially if you're in Seattle. It's, like, a different vibe every year.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Christmas Day, like, usually kind of on the same page. And you wake up, like, kind of crazy early.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're like, it's actually kind of a horrible experience when you're experiencing it, because you wake up at like 6:30,
Yeah.
and then your parents, who usually wake up at like 5,
Yeah.
are in bed.
They're sleeping in.
And they're sleeping
It's their
in
holiday.
until like 12 p.m. And it's like, what are you
Literally.
doing? Like, there's like presents under the tree and stuff. Like,
Yep.
so you're just kind of like, you've got this frenetic energy. Christmas mornings.
Yeah.
You're waiting for people to get up. Your like sibling gets up, and they're like waiting for everyone to get up. You like, it's crazy. Sometimes like I would get up and I'd be like, my parents aren't up. I got to do something.
Yeah.
So I make myself coffee, which is crazy. Like, I'll be like,
Why is that crazy?
I'll be like 10 in the kitchen making myself coffee. You know, like,
That's so good.
and I don't know. That song just feels like it. Like, especially the way it
Yeah.
begins. You're just like that's how you wake up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh my god. It's
Yeah.
like, it's Christmas. You
No,
know,
you're
that's
so
kinda crazy.
right. The song started, and I started tapping my foot. I saw Allison tapping her foot. I saw other people in here start grooving along. It was so fun, and I absolutely do get that. That's so cool. I'm just like kind of in awe a little bit. Like, that's such a good way of talking about it. All right. Well, it is 7:19 here in the studio, which means I have a contractual obligation to fill. So tonight, immediately following this radio show, ABC is hosting a Coco and Coco event in Godzilla Lounge of Wood, the hall, and it starts at 8:30, I believe. Hot cocoa will be provided whilst the Disney movie Coco is watched. Bring your own mug. It is a fun event. Our lovely Allison on the couch has been planning it and is executing it. You should definitely go. It'll be a little fun. A little time. She hauled a whole bag over here with supplies, which I'm very impressed by. So yeah, please do check that out. And Rue, the next song you have up for us is Orchid by Black Sabbath. So let's give it a listen. Whoop. My bad. That was Orchid by Black Sabbath. Rue, take it away.
Alright, Waves is like Christmas Day, right?
Yeah.
Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Orchid is Christmas Eve. It can't be snowing for this song. It's not a snowy song. It's kind of a like, you're trying to go to sleep, but you're also thinking about tomorrow. You get a bunch of loot, and like
Loot. That's such a good
and like,
word.
you know, it's just like a day that's important. But the night before, you're like, oh my god, time lasts forever, and I can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you know, I kind of feel good because it's like, it's the holidays, but I also kind of like feel terrible because I'm trying to go to sleep. It's like 2:30 a.m.
Mhm.
It's like super cold. But I don't know. It's like a warm song
Yeah.
that I figure goes really well with like you got up in a bunch of blankets. You're trying to like keep your eyes closed,
Mhm.
stay still until you can get to sleep
Mhm.
because there's big things happening tomorrow.
Yeah. It is so crazy that this is a Black Sabbath song.
Yeah, it is. It's a good song.
Do you know if they have other songs like this?
I don't know Black Sabbath well enough.
Okay, fair enough.
But no, it's like within their purview, but it's definitely an anomaly.
It is, yeah.
I think I listened to the whole album a bit back, and I thought it fit pretty well.
Okay, interesting. I was talking to you during the show, but it feels like how Just Breathe feels on Pearl Jam's album that also has a live, but Just Breathe is a very like more low-key song that works with more acoustic guitar, which is interesting amongst everything else in that album. So that's just what it reminded me of. But very cool song. Next up, you have one of two Yo La Tengo songs. This one being My Little Corner of the World. So let's give that a listen.
Come along with me to my little corner of the world. Dream a little dream in my little corner of the world. You'll soon forget that there's any other place. Tonight, my love, we'll share a sweet embrace. And if you care to stay in my little corner of the world, we could hide away in my little corner of the world. I always knew that I'd find someone like you. So welcome to my little corner of the world. And if you care to stay in our little corner of the world, we could hide away in our little corner of the world. We always knew that we'd find someone like you. So welcome to our little corner of the world.
That was My Little Corner of the World by Yo La Tengo. Rue, take it away.
I mean, that one feels more Christmassy, I think,
Mhm.
just in terms of the music and the instruments.
Yeah.
There's definitely something about like a bright picked guitar that feels Christmassy, or at least like a holiday type of vibe. This one, when I was listening to it, I was thinking about I had a friend in elementary school named Brooke, and Brooke and I were we were tight,
Mhm.
and one winter we were like hanging out a lot at my house, and then one night it was snowing. There was snow on the ground, there was snow in the air, and we were in my basement.
Mhm.
We were like, yo, we should make a restaurant in my garage,
Yeah.
because there's like a little part of my garage that's like so scuffed. It's like under the stairs, and it's got this weird like concrete formation. Kind of looks like Roman ruins. Kind of
Yo.
crazy. Yeah. And we were like, yo, if we just like fix this up like take a jackhammer to it, put a tablecloth on it. We can serve food, and then we made this like totally stupid menu. We printed it out a bunch of times and like wasted a bunch of ink. Right? And this was like a week or two before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we were so psyched about it. Nothing ever came of it. I do not own a restaurant, which I'm kind of disappointed about. But
You
it was still
don't?
like, no, I should, but
You really should.
Yeah. I don't know Brooke anymore. They're like in Miami doing jazz stuff.
Oh,
they're cool.
sick. Good for
yeah,
them.
they're kind of goated.
Do you remember what kind of restaurant it was?
It was like really dumb. It was like kind of like fantasy restaurant.
Okay.
But it was real foods. I had like, you can put like cocoa powder on chocolate kisses,
Yeah.
and then it's like a fancy
Yeah.
chocolate kiss.
Yeah.
And we're like,
It's
that's
gourmet.
a menu item.
Yeah.
We can put that on a plate.
Did
So,
you serve your food to
yeah.
anyone?
I made those chocolate kisses once.
Mm-hmm.
No one else in my family ate them.
What?
I just ate them. Brooke wasn't even there. But they were good. So
They
it's fun.
sound good.
Yeah, they're really good.
Dude, we should do that for our Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I will help out with the kiss fund.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Cool.
All right. We got a plan. All right. The next song you have up for us is Four Seasons by Los Campesinos. So let's give that a listen.
When I come home, it will be with someone else's blood on my shirt, another county's dirt on the knees of my ripped jeans. And I won't want to talk about it. You prize from between my fingers, that the devil speaks in Scottish brogue, a love life under two shadows. But you don't want to talk about it. Bus stands still, the landscape scrolls right by. Dual carriageway and landfill line both sides. Something verdant, something blooming, something golden, something dead. Cut into uneven quarters, all four seasons in my head. And when I lay you down, we'll be beneath duck feather duvet, new clean cotton sheets. Something verdant, something blooming, something golden, something dead. Cut into uneven quarters, all four seasons in my head. Something verdant, something blooming, something golden, something dead. Cut into uneven quarters, all four seasons in my head. Something verdant, something blooming, something golden, something dead. Cut into uneven quarters, all four seasons. As you bathe the stains from my skin, only dirt is washed away, 'cause all the bad lays far more deep. Please, I don't want to talk about it.
that was Four Seasons by Los Campesinos. Rue, take it away.
Yeah, Christmas is interesting because, or holidays in general are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But especially like fall and winter holidays are interesting because like every single Christmas you look back on is in the winter. Like
Yeah.
there's not many other events where it's like, oh yeah, every time I've like gone to the zoo, it's the fall or something.
Yeah.
Like holidays are kind of cool that way, but they're generally like in the same time of year. So
Mhm.
like when it's Halloween, you know, usually either the leaves are gone or the leaves are all red and green or red and yellow and
Mhm.
orange. And like Christmas, you know, depending on it, like this all depends on where you are. But
Of course.
you know, in Seattle, Christmas, it's usually like, you know, it actually it snows on Christmas fairly often, even though like
Oh, sick.
Seattle winters don't have that much snow, especially like in December.
Mhm.
Usually starts in January, and like the rest of the winter is like it totally sucks. You know, it's just rainy. But I don't know. That's kind of something that's cool about holidays is that
Yeah.
like, there's a very set aesthetic that's not just like the Christmas tree and the lights and everything. There's also like we're participating in a like a world phenomenon, or at least
Yeah.
a regional phenomenon that's independent of us.
Yeah, a physical marker that time is passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really cool. Which I also hadn't also thought of, but I feel like every single Christmas I get more and more nostalgic for previous Christmases. And I'm like, man, those Christmases a couple years ago, they hit. And thinking back on it, they didn't really. It was just a different time,
Right.
an easier time maybe, but it's a fun song. I want to give a quick little shout out to Kale, who is losing their mind because this is one of their favorite bands of all time. I actually know this song because I've heard them play it, you know, having lived with them for going on 3 years. Which is, I was telling Rue during the song that this is the one I associate the least with Christmas thus far, just because I know it already, but it is a really good one, especially because of the talking about the passage of time, which is sick.
Yeah. Shout out Kale. I got that from them.
No,
That was their
sick.
suggestion.
Yeah, and you've seen Los Campesinos in concert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where was that again?
That was in London.
London? And that was last semester, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was really good. They're great live. Awesome experience.
Sick. All right. With that, we'll move on to the next song you have for us, which is Something in There by the Frights. Let's give it a listen.
Is anybody home? I think that we're alone now. Keep blanking on her name, but I recognize the face. On solitary wheel, it matters how you feel now. We're meant to be alive, and darling, you're so kind. I tore myself into a black and blue disease of writing songs. For every step I walk, I find my life angelic and a song. There's quiet in the air, our strings are getting rusty. I'm cooking every meal, the road is looking tired. In Europe there's a town where nobody is dying. I've meant to be a man, but paradise is calling.
I've fallen from the top bunk to you. Mistakenly deserved, unwillingly denied, so beautifully defined as a crime. And why do you try to hide what is mine? I'm running from you.
That was Something in There by the Frights. Rue, take it away.
So the reason this is on there, like the reason I thought of it for the playlist was like it reminds me of Band on the Run by what is it, The Wings and Paul McCartney.
Okay.
There's that specific part where it goes like boom boom, boom, which is like super Band on the Run.
Sure.
And that song reminds me of Paul McCartney's Christmas song, Wonderful Christmas Time.
Yeah.
Which is a terrible song.
It's awful.
it's a really,
heinous.
like, every time I hear it, it just makes me like Christmas a little less.
Why specifically do you dislike it? I want to know your reason.
It's just annoying. Like,
Yeah.
the way he sings it is just so, like, pitchy and weird.
Yeah.
And it's like weirdly fast. I don't like the cadence.
Yeah.
It's just a weird song.
It is.
But this is a good song.
Yeah,
like,
this is a
and Band on the Run
really
is a
good
good
song.
song. So I'm like, I don't know. It feels Christmassy because it's like a couple of degrees of separation away from that actual Christmas song, but
Sure.
it's not annoying. But I don't know. It's also like the period between Christmas and New Year's, where you're kind of just like, I don't know. There's like 5 days there where you're just kind of like you've got some new stuff, but you've got a lot of time because
Yeah.
like you got a bunch of free days that time of year.
Yeah.
And you got stuff to fill it because you just got some stuff from your family and friends. But it doesn't ever really fill it. Like you got to figure out other stuff to do.
Absolutely.
And so I walk around, and that song feels like walking around. Although it's not a good walking song, but it's like
It doesn't sound like it would
when
be,
you're
though.
sitting, just like not walking.
Yeah.
It feels like walking. Like
Yeah.
it feels like you feel when you're walking. But if you listen to it while you're walking, you're like, this is not the vibe. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. Yeah. What do you usually do with the weird week between Christmas and New Year's?
You know, I walk around. I look at Christmas stuff. Sometimes my family would travel. We used to travel more, but like everyone's busy
Yeah.
these days. I'm busy.
Yeah.
But like when we would travel, we'd be traveling to like see family and stuff. So we'd be hanging out with them. They'd be doing like crazy stuff. Sometimes we like try to go and go to a restaurant or something during that time. I like climbing trees in the winter. I don't know why. Specifically in the winter and fall, climbing trees really hits.
Fall I can understand. Winter I'm a little more hesitant on.
Well, yeah, it's kind of dangerous. But it also, like, whenever the air is, like, crisp, it's nice being up off the ground.
True.
Or, like, doing something active.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, there's a bird nest in the tree in my backyard.
Oh, sick.
And then I, like, trim some branches around there and, like, set up a little, like, place where I can sit. There's, like, one bench that I sit on and then one bench below where I can, like, rest my feet.
Yeah.
And then there's the, like, just birds that come in and chill in the nest. It's, like, I can sit there for a long time. I like doing that in the winter. The birds aren't
Oh, yeah.
there in the winter,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't know.
You know what kind of bird nest it is?
I think they're like I don't know birds well enough.
No, that's fair.
I really like bird watching and stuff.
Yeah.
Or I like the concept of it, but
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it because I can't
Real.
memorize stuff.
Real.
I'm like, oh, I've seen that bird before. That's like a
You're
and
just
then,
like, yes, bird.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's
That's a little guy.
that's that guy I saw
Yeah.
like last week.
Yeah, real, right? As long as I know like the difference between a hawk and like a sparrow, I feel like I'm chill.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out swallows.
Oh,
Goated
you're so
bird.
right. You're so right.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, it is 7:42 here in the studio, so we have another contractual obligation to fill. Paloma, what's happening on campus?
Alright, hello everybody. So on the 18th at 12:30 to 1:30, there's a little joint event in the library with CareerWorks and the Global Experience Office. It's it's titled, Study Abroad for Future Employment. So we're going to talk to you guys about how to utilize your study abroad experience in interviews and such,
Ooh,
and resumes.
sounds like important stuff.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Paloma. And with that, Rue, we are up on your next song, which is Stephanie Says by the Velvet Underground. So let's give that a listen.
Stephanie says that she wants to know why she's given half her life to people she hates now. Stephanie says when answering the phone, what country shall I say is calling from across the world? But she's not afraid to die. The people all call her Alaska, between worlds, so the people ask her, 'cause it's all in her mind. It's all in her mind. Stephanie says that she wants to know why it is, though she's the door, she can't be the room. Stephanie says, but doesn't hang up the phone. What seashell sea is calling from across the world? But she's not afraid to die. The people all call her Alaska, between worlds, so the people ask her, 'cause it's all in her mind. It's all in her mind. They're asking, is it good or bad? It's such an icy feeling. It's so cold in Alaska. It's so cold in Alaska. It's so cold in Alaska.
That was Stephanie Says by the Velvet Underground. Rue, take it away.
Right. Alaska's cold, which
Yeah.
is like wintry. You
Yeah.
know, that's why it's like. That was my justification originally. I was
Sure.
like, yeah, like Alaska. It's
Alaska
snow in
winter.
Alaska, you know.
Yeah.
My friend Josiah from high school went to Alaska, Anchorage. A lot of people I know went to Alaska. I don't know why. I
That's
don't know
fair.
what it is about Alaska.
I think I've got random people on my dad's side of the family that are from Alaska.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just like people are from Alaska. It's kind
Yeah,
of crazy,
right?
but it also like, everything north of Seattle. I'm like, yeah, that's north of Seattle. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's this my cousins,
Mm-hmm.
family friends,
Uh-huh.
family friends
Okay.
have a cabin somewhere in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dox them, but we go there sometimes.
Okay.
And we don't go there in the winter. That's like, it's not a winter thing. So I don't know why it reminds me of Christmas, but it feels Christmassy. There's like a bunch of people hanging out. It's kind of a awkward vibe, you know.
As the best things always are.
Yeah, you're like intense and stuff because it's like a tiny cabin.
Yeah.
So only like 2 people can sleep in there. And you like make stew, you know. So this one's a stretch. I feel like the Alaska thing is a good justification because there's snow in Alaska, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For some reason, that reminds me of Christmas a lot. There was this one time. I was trying to dig a hole, right?
Yeah.
I was like 10. No, I was like 8.
Yeah.
And we were in Canada, and we were trying to dig a hole with like my family friends. And so we were digging, and then we happened upon this crazy big root, right? And I was like, yo, how are we gonna get past this root? We gotta dig a hole, and there's this huge root in the way. And then I was like, yo, you know what I saw like 10 minutes ago? There's an axe next to the door, like a tree felling axe. So I went and grabbed that. Nobody questioned me.
Of course.
I was like, yeah, let's just use this to chop the root. So I went to chop the root, and I like totally chopped my friend's heel. It was so bad. And, you know, if that's not just what happens when you're hanging out with people you vaguely know,
Yeah.
I don't know what is.
You're so right.
You know, Christmas and holidays in general, and like events, like reasons for people to get together,
Oh yeah.
never end well. It's always a terrible experience. But then like years later, you're like, wow, that was awesome. Like,
Fair,
I was
yeah.
really there, you know? Like, I really chopped someone's heel. That's so cool.
That's a great story to tell now, you know.
Yeah.
Is the fellow okay?
They are living.
Nothing else. Can they walk?
They can walk. They
All right,
they
all
actually
right.
they had made a full recovery.
Nice. All right. Good to hear. All right.
Stephanie says.
Stephanie says, yep. And your final song you have up for us is your second Yola Tango song, which is I Heard You Looking. So let's give that a listen. that was I Heard You Looking by Yola Tango. Rue, take it away.
Alright, so we only got a couple minutes, so I'll make this quick.
No, you're good.
It was Christmas one year, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Seattle. It snowed a bunch, and it was really good, and it was snowing all Christmas Day. It was snowing the night before, so we had a good, like, solid base, you know?
Yeah.
And it was snowing all day the next day. Because, like, if it just snows Christmas Eve, and then, like, is, like, warmer the next day, horrible experience. You gotta stay inside. If you set foot outside, you will not feel right for days.
Really?
Because it'll be like either it'll be sludgy or it'll be like that horrible kind of ice. And it'll just look like a gray that somehow looks like puke, you know? I don't know how they do it.
No, it's
like
you're right.
Whoever made that was not cooking.
You tell them.
But it was a good one. It was snowing and
Yeah.
everything. We had good snow, and we built an 8-foot tall Jabba the Hutt in the middle of the street.
What?
The entire neighborhood came together and created a huge Jabba the Hutt.
That's so sick.
And it was awesome. And a car crashed into it the next day. And it was so cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take to make the Jabba the Hutt?
It took about 12 hours. It was a beefy Jabba the Hutt.
That's crazy.
We got someone had circular lights that we put in his eyes and connected it via extension cords to the house. It's crazy.
That's so sick. And then someone just ran it over?
Yeah.
Bruh. That seems like it would do more damage to the car
It
than
did do
Jabba.
more damage to the car. The car was severely damaged.
Really? How bad?
It was like the front was caving in a little.
Oh, that's sick.
You know, they could probably drive it.
Yeah, most likely, yeah. Listen, if the car isn't scuffed, is it even worth driving?
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
I know you and I have the same opinion on
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, thank you so much for bringing us a couple Christmas songs for the week. You've been listening to WBCR 90.3 FM Beloit. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to tune in next week for another episode of Beloit Circus Jams. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.